I am joined by Mr. Main Event himself, Jack Shaw. You're taking on Omer, here we go, Cankardesler, I think it's pronounced.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, we'll go with that. He's a German. I tell you what, he's been around the block. He's had a few fights on him. Good experienced fighter, knows what he's doing. He's had some wins and losses, so it's always good because it means he's experienced some highs and lows. So he's got a good grasp on the sport. I've watched some of his fights. He looks like he knows what he's doing. You've got yourself a nice test here in a 5-round title fight. Now, you went and fought Vaughan Lee in your debut at 135, mate. And how was that, first and foremost? A, fighting Vaughan Lee, and B, how did you feel at 135?
To fight Vaughan, obviously,
Yeah.
he's a big name. So,
Yeah.
not overwhelming is the wrong word, but it was quite a mad experience in the sense of, I grew up sort of, I think my first ever UFC event I went to live, Vaughan fought on the undercard. So, to stand across the cage, was a bit nuts. But yeah, considering it's my first time at Bantamweight and against who it was, I was happy with the performance. I felt, the weight cut as such didn't affect me. I did everything correctly, and I felt like that's the place for me. That's where I'm going to stay and leave my mark.
Yeah, I was majorly impressed because, like I said, Vaughan Lee is a huge name, and it could have been one of them names that some people can get caught out with whenever they face him. They just think about the name, and he's got a ridiculous skill set. On his day, he could actually probably beat majority of the 135ers around the UK and Europe. So he's a great guy as well. Such a nice person. I've met Vaughan Lee as well. I'm sure you had a chat with him afterwards, but what a great guy.
Yeah, he's good as gold, Vaughan. We had a little chat afterwards in the medical room, and we keep in touch on Instagram now and then. And he's like you say, he's a true martial artist. There's no bullshit or no trash talk with him. He's all about respect, but obviously come to fight as well. So
Yeah.
Nothing but respect of only.
And so your opponent coming up now, it's a change of opponent because you were due to fight a Pole in the name of Jacob. He withdrew, so we've got Omer in. Omer's had enough time to get ready for the fight. It's not like it's a 6-day notice kind of thing. Have you looked at him yourself, mate? Have you bothered to paying attention to him?
Yeah, obviously I've had a little look at him. Wherever I fight, I don't really well on what I do, but you'd be a fool obviously not to do a background check on him. And like you say, he's quite well rounded. He's experienced. He's fought on some big shows against some decent names. So I know he's going to come to win, and I know he's going to come in there to try and take me out. But I just got to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now, he has got some nice tattoos. He's got some nice ink work.
Better ink work than me.
Better than yours. So, obviously, training camp, a ton of you guys and girls, let's not forget Corey, all training together, getting ready for the fight. That atmosphere must be buzzing right now in the gym. The whole lot of you just going forth like an army attacking this event. Yeah,
the gym's buzzing. Obviously, with it being what they're saying is the biggest event in Welsh MMA history, it's gonna have that buzz. And the fact I think we got 4 pros and 2 or 3 amateurs fighting on the cards. So we got a big team of guys going down. So as you can imagine, fight camp has been intense. It's been hard rounds, but we're all there to bring each other on as well. And the team morale is through the roof as well as the spirit. And I can honestly see us coming away with a clean sweep on the weekend. I don't see any. And everyone who's fighting on Saturday from Tulare Combat is looking the best they've ever looked. So I'm looking forward to seeing our team results as a whole, as well as obviously my own result as well.
Oh yeah, it's awesome to see. And I would like to mention as well, you've been doing some boxing. You mentioned it before, Gary Lockett. How's it going with him? Because it seems that you keep just getting that bug, and you're doing really well. Your hands keep getting stronger and stronger. Have you and Gary been working on anything specific, or you just been keeping it as you were with the combinations and the boxing, just sharpening up what you had before?
Yeah, it's like, I always say Gary's my secret weapon in MMA, because there's not many MMA guys know who Gary Lockett is, but you speak about Gary in the boxing world, and I can guarantee you 99% of people know who he is. So,
yeah.
But I've been working with Gary now consistently for over 2 years now. This is I think it's our 7th fight camp together. So,
nice.
Especially going off last year, things just started clicking nicely in the fights as well as in training, and we've just built on that, just staying sharp. and just really working. There's a lot of guys in MMA who can strike, but they can't box, and there's a lot of things that can be transitioned from boxing to MMA that you don't see guys do, and I think that's why I'm getting the upper hand on some of these guys in the exchanges, because I've got that knowledge coming in through Gary, and obviously my own gym as well. My old man, he knows how to strike. He has a big spin on my my MMA striking, as well as my Thai coach, Krill Heem, who's just joined the gym as well.
Well, look, I've been keeping an eye on your social media. I'm sure everyone else does as well. So I noticed a couple of these things, especially, I was just curious about how things were going with Lockett, because obviously we see it ourselves when you're competing, how your striking is coming along, and you're just so calm, with the striking. The big factor is getting the rounds in, drilling, and getting that just comfort zone, because yourself, a lot of guys, when they first kind of try to use their striking, they're so tense and stiff. It just looks rigid, and they don't get the best out themselves. So it's great to see that you and Lockett are just clicking, and the things is just growing, really.
Yeah, that's it. It's when you're working with someone as high level as him with the hands, you're only going to get better. And like you said, the calmness is a big thing as well that he's installed in me. It's not getting carried away and throwing for the sake of throwing, especially with 4 gloves on. As one shot, get clipped with one shot, you can take a knockdown, or you throw one shot wrong, you can break an hand. So, one big thing he's definitely worked on is keeping composure and picking shots rather than throwing for the sake of it. And like you said, I think you're starting to see that now in my fights.
And I'm sure yourself you noticed there, because you're getting the media attention in Wales more and more, and obviously Jack Marshman and Brett Johns have kind of spearheaded the kind of focus of media onto Welsh MMA a bit more. But you're at the is it Cardiff Devils ice hockey? What were you doing there?
So I think it was last Sunday, I was at the Devils game, which they obviously home ground is where the fight's going to be on Saturday. And they had me out on the ice at the beginning of the game, just sort of had the crowd greet me more or less, just said, Jack's fighting you next weekend for the world title. And in fairness, they all got behind me, and they've all been quite supportive on social media. I've had a load of messages on Facebook and Instagram off a load of Devils fans. And then this Friday, I went to the Cardiff Blues game and done an interview with them at half-time as well. So they've been giving me the rundown on the media, but it's been a nice experience, to be looked after by both teams is... it's great, and hopefully we can get to do it again in the build up to any future fights.
Yeah, and it's nice to crossover. The crossover the sports. I'm a Lechley fan myself. I've got my Lechley jersey upstairs. I'm doing my best.
Will be happy. I think Gary's a Scarlets fan as well.
Is he?
So,
Good stuff.
You'll be happy to hear you say that.
I hope I'm saying that all right as well. I try my best. I try to have the little in there. My Welsh ain't the strongest, folks, so don't shoot me down. But no, I've been that's my rugby team in Wales. I like to have a little team in each area, like England, Wales, Scotland, Ireland, all that good stuff. But Lechley is the one I follow. But what I was gonna say, so yeah, the fight coming up, 5-round fight. You must have done something a bit different to get ready for that, because it's a different energy level you have to put output. You can't pace yourself the same way you would in a 3-round fight. Have you, as Richard, tried to adapt it slightly for you as well?
Yeah, especially my old man Richard and Carl Parker. They've had a big input on my training this camp, and also my strength conditioning coach Greg Carlo, and I work with him 3 times a week. And obviously they're all 3 of them are aware that it's 5 rounds instead of 3. So just little things. We've been doing longer rounds, more rounds, running a little bit farther. In the conditioning, with the strength conditioning session, we're just doing more longer pace work. And like you said, in the sparring, it's just about pacing yourself a little bit more, because you don't want to go balls to the wall first round, and then next thing you know, you're in the 4th round blowing out your ass. So
yeah.
It is a different task and a different challenge, but it's one I've more than compensated for. And if I need to go 5 rounds Saturday, that won't be an issue, and I'll be prepared to show that if I don't get the finish early on.
I won't ask for you to ask for it now, so to speak, but I had a little chat with Corey McKenna as well. I did drop the hint there. Cage Warriors 100, Cardiff, Polaris, a little unison going down. Pretty awesome it's going to be. The whole event, I'm sure, is going to be absolutely insane for the whole weekend. Is that, obviously not taken away from the fight you've got coming up, but is that something in your head you went, oh gosh, that'd be cool, even if it was just to do something in Polaris and just do a grappling bout? Is there anything like that, even only, and obviously not taking away the fight coming up, just like for a split second popped in your mind?
Yeah, obviously, I've only fought once this year, and I do
Mm.
like to stay busy. So if I, like you said, not for 1 minute looking past Omar on Saturday, that's all I'm focused on at the minute.
Aye.
But if I come from that injury free, obviously with the victory, I'd be more than ready to go again in 2 months' time at Cage Warriors 100. And they bring in their biggest show ever to Wales, so put the biggest Welsh star main event if they want to draw the crowd in. I'm sure I'll be happy to do that for them, providing all goes well Saturday. But obviously, let's get Saturday out of the way first, and I'll speak to Ian and Graham and go from there.
Of course, you must be quite excited as well, seeing these new names constantly getting signed to Cage Warriors as well. Because being a fighter, it means more opportunity for new opponents and new faces to compete against. That's something you must be keeping an eye out on as well.
Yeah, they're stacking out all divisions now. In fairness to them, I've seen they've signed a couple of guys today.
Yeah.
About 2 weeks ago, I think they announced a load of new signings. So it's good to see that these guys are got their heads screwed on as well, because there is no place to be in Europe other than Cage Warriors. So the more guys that they get on the roster, the better for me. The more fights, the more high level people I get to fight without having to worry about people not wanting to sign these deals. If they already signed the Cage Warriors, and then it just gets easier to make fights happen. So it's nice to see them building their divisions, and I think it's going to be an exciting couple of years.
Exactly, yeah, and that's what I mean. They're building divisions. That means there's better competition for you to go against, and that's all you care about. The only way you get better is by fighting those tough guys, and that's how you develop as a fighter.
Yeah, 100%. It's very different to sort of in boxing you sort of pad your record for your first 10 fights. I'm fighting in my ninth pro fight Saturday for a world title against a good top level guy. So no, I think it's just the mentality in MMA is people. There's not many people out there looking for easy fights, and I think if you're going to sign a 5-fight deal with Cage Warriors, then you got to accept that you're going to be fighting better guys every time. But that's what you want. To move on to the higher level, you got to be ready to fight the best guys in the world. So there's no point fighting nobodies and then looking to move on. You're going to get smashed. So you're better off fighting the Cage Warriors against these best guys in Europe, and then the step up ain't going to be that big, the level wise when you do move on.
Yeah, exactly. And look, like you said before, the biggest fight in Welsh MMA is going down. Cage Warriors 97. This is the biggest fight since I competed in Wales in Merthyr Tydfil at Merthyr Mayhem. So that's how it's been a while. It's been a while since you guys topped it. I came along and slayed the dragon, but let's finish off, bro. It's Steve Evans, just putting it out there, folks. But let's finish off, mate, with your social media so people can jump on and give you a follow.
Yeah, I'm a Jack Show MMA on Insta and Twitter. Jack Tank Show is my fan page on Facebook. But big shout out to all my sponsors as well. I've got two mate to name individually, but they're all over my social media, and also my team and my coaches, Carl Parker, Richard Shaw, Gary Lockett, and Greg Carlo, and also my friends, my family, my girlfriend, everyone for the support.
Yeah, if you're in Wales, folks, down south, want to go to Tillery Combat, get in there. Absolutely stacked with talent and people who can help you learn martial arts. So great folks there. So jump online and give that gym some attention as well. Certainly deserves it. Jack, look, thanks for your time, mate. Have an awesome fight. Enjoy yourself. Main event, title fight. It's just going to be absolutely insane. I'll be watching, I'll be tuning in, as will a lot of other people on UFC Fight Pass. There's BT Sport, all that good. It's pretty much anywhere for anyone to get hold of. So again, Jack, thanks for your time and have an awesome fight.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for having me on, John. Thanks for always nice to chat, and I'm sure we'll catch up afterwards.
There we go. Done, mate. Easy. Right. Thanks very much.
Cheers, no problem.
I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Ta-ra.